Hello everyone. I think we are live. Let's see this. Okay, it's dark there. Let's light that up a little bit. Here we go. Let's see how that's going to pan out here. Let's give it a little bit. Here we go. That's very light, but I think it's going to be good. So I see some people are joining in. Awesome. So yesterday or Saturday, I don't know, I'm all mixed up in my days. If you wanted to see how to do this technique here. Well, the card that I shared, that was Lori Turner that shared that in our challenge in our team. And so I had to practice because I never done that. So yesterday I practiced, and I'm going to share with you what I done and what worked best for me. So come on down. I'm going to flip you down, and we're going to get this started. Let me flip this monitor so I can see you all's comment there. Flip down and around and down. And it's very cockeyed. Okay, let's push this here. And then let's give some light here. Oh, I forgot to turn my light on. Okay, that looked pretty good. We're going to leave it that way. So, first thing, so this is the velvet paper, and it comes in 3 colors. Okay, let me, it comes in the Highland Heather and then the Sea Foam, and it is on page, okay, I can open this. I was looking to make sure I didn't have my ink pad open there. It is on I thought I had my page marked. 1 second. Let's flip this. Next page. Here we go. So it is on page 153 of the annual catalog, and it's right here. Color Velveteen paper pad. You get 6 sheets of the 12 by 12, and you get, oh, I'm sorry, you get 3 sheets of the 12 by 12. And you get 1 in each color: cinnamon cider, Highland Heather, and soft sea foam. So it's 3 sheets. It's good I popped that up. And they're 12 by 12. And if you missed my post, I shared this past Saturday, and I got like 2 more blog posts coming up with all kind of cards that my team did with this. So I try a few different things, like I said. I try with the re-inker, the craft ink, with the blend pens. That's what Lori used. Well, me coming from the south, I'm in the south here, it won't dry. I mean, I use the heat tool and so on, and it's still very, very, see, I still have ink on my fingers, and this was done yesterday. So this one here, I won't go through that because for me it's not working well because it will not dry here, and I'm sure it's because of the humidity. So, and I try many ways, you can see. So my best technique, and she had used the chalk marker also. So we are using for the white only the chalk marker. That's it. So first thing you want to do, it's, and I try also, I should have said, I try with early espresso. Well, that won't bleed a lot, so I don't suggest early espresso neither. Best advice, it stays on. I use basic black, and my stamp's still basic black. But I thought, I bet the saddle brown's going to look good. So we're going to try the saddle brown. And my camera, it's so not in my view. Let's see if I can pull that up a little bit. Here we go. I think that's going to be better. So I'm using a piece of 4x4 here. It's going to get changed. We're going to change the size of this, okay? But we're going to start with 4x4. Okay, when we get a new stays on, let's have a little tip right from the get-go here. Use a glue dot, and you want to keep this little cover there. And you see that little dot there? It's a little dot in the case. Really, you get two cover. You're going to put the little dots, glue dots right on top here. See, I got a glue dot. Now you're going to take this, press it right in the center. Boom. So now you get both of the cover, because you want something kind of tight for the stays on, because it dries super fast. I had this for a long time. I didn't re-ink it. Let's see if we get enough ink. And also, when I stamp on my Stamparatus, I like to have a case below so it keep this flat, and then it don't go all on the side. So let's see how this is going to work. And then when I know I'm going to use this again, I put this on my cover that way so I don't have to open and close every time. Now you want to make sure that you're going to go right in the corner or one place. You can have it here and glue it there if you want, so when you come back, because we're going to come back and stamp, so you have to know exactly where it is. So we're going to stamp this, and we're going to have to stamp a few times. Okay, let's go back. I just need enough to guide me, okay? The first time you stamp, you just need enough to guide your where you're going to color. And that is enough. Believe it or not, that is enough. So the brown or the black going to look very lovely. I think the brown's going to be even better because it gives like that goldish tone to it. So you can try both. The other one, like I said, it is in the black. Now what you're going to do, you're going to use your chalk marker and you're going to color. Oh, one thing, maybe you want, that's optional, stays on dry fast, but you can always set it. Here we go. Now, you're going to take your chalk marker and color all your petal. It doesn't matter if you go a bit on top of the lines, you know, like the center, because we're going to come back over that. So you would color the entire sunflower here with your chalk marker. Like I said, I even try acrylic paint also. What I didn't like about acrylic paint, it's with a brush, even using a stiff brush, it didn't push enough in the velour, the velvet, and it would not absorb good. So, and another thing, it takes forever to dry. So right now you can see it's kind of goldish, right? It's not as white as you want it. I will finish this card after I'm done live. You don't have to watch me do the whole thing. Boom. We're going to toss that aside. And now, here the one that I prepare for us today. So now, I'm going to finish those petal that I didn't finish here, so we can pretend we did the whole thing. Now, when you're done, you can go back and see where, because when it dries, it's going to go kind of lighter. So you can come back and add more chalk to it. See, I'm adding more chalk. I put the supplies list in the description, so when this video we're done live, it's going to update. You can watch the replay if you missed something, and also in the description you're going to have all the supplies lists that I use for this. You can click on the supplies and order it right there. So now we're going to leave that like that. And we're going to stamp back on top of it. So that's why I said it's important to know where you're going to stamp. One thing that I use a Sharpie marker. And I'm going to bring back the one we started there. And if you look at your case, you're going to see how dark it is around there and here. So what I done, I just click, click, click all around with my Sharpie. We're going to stamp back on top of it, but it's hard to get on the velour. It's kind of go inside the velour. So that's what I done. And look, I just got one little corner to finish here. I got prepared so I didn't take you too long out of your lunch break, put it that way. And then I went in the center, but right on the outside here where I'm poking, put it that way, I went more heavy. And right here in the center, you get another one that it's kind of heavy. So I'm just going to go more heavy over here. Now let's go ahead and stamp that again. So what I done to make sure that I remember, I put at the bottom. So bottom go at the bottom. We're going to put that right back at the corner. Yes, I have done the first layer in black, but we're going to go with the saddle brown here. And if you missed the beginning, I had a good tip about stays on and the cover. I really think that you don't want to miss that. You want to watch it again. Push that all there. Going to make sure it's lined up good and put a good impression. And because I'm going right in the corner, I have to put quite a bit more pressure on my stamp. Wow. I'm just going to put a little bit more on that side. See how that's bring it right to life? I think it looks lovely. Now we're going to cover that there. I'm bringing it on the side there so I can put my pressure on it. Now lift this up. Boom. Now, don't matter how many times I'm going to do it. I know I would want more. So, what we can do is take our Sharpie, and where you don't have a good imprint, you can always go on top with your Sharpie. See, I'm just adding a little bit where I think I should have a little bit more defined there. Now when this is done, we're going to assemble that, and you can always go back with your marker. So this is a chalk marker, by the way. So I'm just adding a little bit where this is the part we done today. So I would like a little bit more white. I'm just being a little bit more careful there. But you can always come back and add more. But you see how it's just bring everything to life. So you would the chalk dry very, very fast compared to the craft ink. Absolutely. So that's how this is done. Now I got over here the designer series paper that it's the in color, the 6x6. We're gonna use the wood side for this one. The other one that I did, I used like the texture one, and Laureate used the polka dot that it's in the back of this, I think. Yeah, Laureate used this side, if you recall her card. So we're going to cut our layer at 4" wide, and we're going to go at 5 1/4, and we're going to put that right on our this one. We're going to put a white in the back of that. So let me bring a white. Whoops. Okay, the white's going to be 4 1/8. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, let's mount that together, and then I'm going to need a white for the inside though. Let me reach here. Usually I keep some cut on in. Yeah, okay. Now let's glue this to this. So I'm reversing a little bit of it's all the same sizes. I'm just reversing the base and the bag there, just to see what it's going to give me. Like I said, I get a tough time to do the same part twice. I like to add variation. Now, this, remember, I told you we started with 4x4, right? Well, the 4x4, oh, Lori, it's here. Lori, I'm doing your card. I give you credit for this, absolutely. We love your card, Lori. We're going to go at 3 3/4, and I'm going to have to trim differently to have it nice proportion, or 3 1/2. I'm sorry, I have to go at 3 1/2. So it was 4x4, and now I'm going to cut this at 3 1/2. You're going to say, why don't you start at 3 1/2? It's almost too tight to start it there, so I like to give myself a little bit of room to play. So that's why. Here, then I'm going to flip this here. That's going to be about right. Okay, so this is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and then my white, it's 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. Now we're going to, oh, we forgot to stamp our grading. We're going to stamp that in a second. So let's glue this together. I'm going to put that right here. And if you see that, you know, it's still dark, you can always add more white. Absolutely. Now we're going to glue this at the top here. See how pretty it is when it's all coming together. Let's bring back our Stamparatus. Okay, I use, it's 3/4. The one that I did was 1 inch. I find this to be better. 3/4. Let's see. Okay, I want that a little bit higher there. No. You know what? Let's remove this here. And what I like to do is add a little piece of glue here. And the snail, not the snail plus, but not the snail, but the, let me think, the seal. It worked wonderful to put on it, and it's going to be easy to pull. Now I'm going to use Thanks a Bunch, and this is all from the same stamp set, okay? We're going to put that there, close this, and then I'm going to stamp that with my StazOn. And stamp. Oops, come back here. See, I can go back one more time because I don't have the H too good there. So we're going to go back. Let's hope I didn't move that. Et voila. That's what it's the beauty about the Stamparatus. Oh. I said it was coming right off. Usually it comes right off. Here we go. Maybe I had another piece of seal, because I used the plus yesterday, so here we go. Now, before we put that on, we're going to use the seam binding. The seam binding, it's very, I get, stays on my nail. The seam binding, it's crinkled. Okay, so it's normal, it's like that. I never measure when I just cut the piece, and then I'm going to tie this at the end here. We're going to tie this up and down, and I'm going to do a little bow. It's very silky, this. So it slide all over. So you just want to be careful to have a good grip. And pull this here. Now it's a little bit too more at that end. Let me push it more this way. Okay, this is good. Just going to shrink that up a little bit. I don't want a big bow. And then we're going to fix that after. Let's add our seal in the back. And you see I go on top of the ribbon, so then it don't move. We're going to put that here. And 3/4 look much better than a 1 inch. Absolutely. Much, much better. And it's very staticky, this ribbon also. Very much so. Now I'm going to go here, cut that diagonal, and I like to use a glue dots, not dots with the S, a one glue dot. And I lift this, I'm going to put that right there, then I'm going to tuck my tails the way that I want them there. See, you can really shape a bow easy. This needed more. Here we go. So now you have it. Now inside, I kept that very simple inside. I got my whisper white that measure 4 by 5 1/4. The fires, I'm in Texas now, and the fires are in, I don't know if that question was to me, in, I see California and that. And it's a big fire also in Wyoming. You know, my son's still there, my daughter, and so on. My good BFF, Ollie. It's very ugly there also. It's all over. So keep everybody in your prayers. It's so many wildfire, hurricane that we went through. I mean, so many things. Pray for all those disasters. It is ugly out there. Here we go. And I just put the smaller sunflower in the same tone. So it's very monochromatic, the inside. Outside I get a little bit, but... And also if you see in your center that you want to add more, you can bring your Sharpie and have more defined. Absolutely. It's nothing wrong with that. So you can add a little bit more, but overall I think that looked very good. So you're going to see this one, it's a little bit more bright in the white. It's because this one had time to dry, and also I added more white to it after my first layer was completely dry. So now this one, it's completely dry because I did most of it last night. I can come back and add a bit more to it. But I think both of them look very lovely. See that? So that is it, my friend, on how I came to Lori's card. Like I said, she used a bit of the ink. For me, it was not dry ink, so it's all with the chalk marker. And I got all the supplies listed in the description. So soon this live is done, you can look below. And if you're watching that, you're not sure if you're watching live. When it's live, you get that red thing at the bottom here. So also, you get the live at the bottom left and the subscribe at the bottom right. So if you like what you see, give me the thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. So let me flip you around. Let me close this light. Here we go. And let's go here. A little bit more light here. So I hope you enjoyed your lunchtime, if it's your lunchtime or not. South Oregon, I see, absolutely. Well, I am so sorry. Jean lost their home 2 weeks ago. I am so sorry. So many people I talked to, they lost their house, or somebody in their family. So many people have been affected about that. I'm sending you all the prayers your way, and know that what they say, If God put you through it, He will get you out of it. So we need to keep on believing. So that is it for today. You're going to have all the supplies in the description here. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Oh, don't forget, Saturday, it's World Card Making Day. I will be live right here at 8 a.m. Mountain Time to get that day ticked off. If that's too early for you, when you get up, you can watch the replay. I'm going to be live on YouTube at noon Mountain Time, and in between I'm stamping with my team virtual, so it's on Zoom, so we're going to be stamping together. But it is World Card Making Day, Saturday, October 3rd, so stay tuned. That is it for now, my friend. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.